Plaintiff Betty Grice says the defendant is the mother of her only grandchild, and she's devastated because she hasn't seen her granddaughter in over a year. Betty claims the defendant made racist comments about her on the internet and then vandalized her car, so she's suing. Defendant Tracy Smith says the reason Betty has not seen Tracy's daughter in a year is because she chooses not to see her. In fact, Tracy has a letter from Betty stating she doesn't care if she ever sees her grandchild again, and Tracy's countersuing for harassment and emotional distress.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Judge, Tracy Mathis is the mother of my first and only grandchild.
Tracy Mathis?
I'm sorry, Tracy Smith. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of my daughter. I'm sorry.
She has a child with your son?
Yes.
All right, well, don't try to pound her off on me
I'm sorry. No. My son's last name is the same.
I wouldn't mind. You seem like a decent enough lady to be a part of my family. Go ahead.
She is the mother of my first and only grandchild. I haven't seen my grandchild in over a year. I've missed.
Why?
She chooses not to.
I missed all the important parts of my baby growing up.
What do you want to tell me about this?
I have tried several times to get my daughter involved with her. I've sent her pictures. I've sent her cards apologizing for stuff that has happened in the past.
What type of stuff that has happened?
We used to have a really good relationship. Me and Miss Grice used to be like this. And
how long were you and her son dating?
We were dating off and on for 8 years, and the last 4 years has been kind of serious.
Okay.
I was once her daughter-in-law. I was introduced to everybody as her daughter-in-law. Me and my baby's dad, her son, had gotten into an argument, and she got involved into the argument, and she said some very hurtful things to me. I was hurt. And I packed up all the belongings that she had bought for my daughter. I put them in a bag and I threw them in her front yard. This happened the end of May of '08. Since then, she does not want anything to do with me or my daughter. She's wrote me letters telling me that if she never sees her granddaughter again, she's okay with that.
Let's see it. Let me get back to you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Tracy has a reputation for damaging my son's car every time she gets upset with him. On this day, she did the same.
Okay. You don't want to respond to the issue that you brought up about seeing your grandchild? Now she's produced a letter that she says you told her if you never see the grandchild, it's not a problem.
Yes, I was trying to get back to the point where she made how it started.
Okay.
When my son came home with the car and showed me the damage, I talked with Tracy. I said, Tracy, I can't prove that you did that to his car. I said, but if someone asked me, I would probably have to say yes. That's all it took. About 5 minutes later, she came back. She had packed up almost $200 worth of items that I had just purchased for my grandchild and threw them in the driveway and drove off. And I was just shocked. So I explained to her.
You all have a very close relationship prior to May of '08?
No.
Describe the nature of the relationship to me.
It was just a simple respect. I showed her some respect because she was my my son's girlfriend.
Why didn't you have a good relationship with her?
Because she was doing very strange things.
Give me some examples.
She was at this night spot with my son. And he was out talking with an old girlfriend that he went to school with, but they were just friends. She came out from behind an alley. And
from the alley?
From behind an alley of the nightclub. And just started attacking them. Both
while he was out, while they were outside?
Yes, while they were outside. And the police were called. And she quickly took off. Well, she went back to where his car was, and she just rammed right into his car.
Tell me about what happened in this instance, ma'am. The one you're suing her for $2,250 for car damages.
Yes, in December, my daughter and I went to a local grocery store to get our Christmas dinner. We were in the grocery store, and we saw her coming through the front door. And I told my daughter, there's Tracy, so we're going going to leave. So we were going to the checkout. As we're walking to the checkout, someone comes from behind me. It was Tracy, and she was yelling obscenities to us. And then I told my daughter, we're not going to pay attention.
Why do you think she was doing that?
Well, because her and my daughter had this email war that they were going on with.
What were they going on
Well,
about?
they were going on because she put this stuff on MySpace about me and my
What
husband.
stuff on MySpace?
She, on my son's MySpace,
Saying
she went
what?
into his MySpace and changed his name and changed his ID so he couldn't get to it anymore. And she put pictures up of me and she called me a big black gorilla. And she said all kinds of crazy things about me and my husband. And I wrote her an email and I asked her to please take it off. And she did. And so then I asked my son and we went to find out. He tried to get into his MySpace and that's when we found out that she changed the name and the ID. So we couldn't get to it and it was all over MySpace. And people were writing me and asking me what was going on.
Do you have any evidence of that?
Yes.
Ma'am, did you do this? Yes?
Yes.
Why did you do that?
I have,
Why did you call her a big black gorilla?
because they were saying very mean things to
Like
me.
what?
And they were talking
Did
about,
they say something racist?
yes, they
What?
were beware all black men. Tracy
No, racist towards you, like something against white folks. You called her a big black gorilla.
I don't know. I have everything here.
They said something racist about you?
I don't know.
That's why I'm wondering, because black folks take that very harshly. Anything that even goes toward a comment about monkeys, about gorillas, is very, very offensive. Keep looking as to whether they called you something like that. That's certainly an emotional distress claim you have, ma'am. Tell me about the car.
And so she walked behind us and she said these obscenities, so I told my daughter, don't pay attention. When she seen that we weren't going to pay attention, she quickly took off. My daughter seen her go outside, but I didn't see where she went. And my daughter made the comment, Mom, you know she's probably going to do something to your car because of her reputation. So we went outside and sure enough, there were scratches all over my car. And so I called her on the phone and I just yelled at her, why did you put these scratches on my car? I'm going to call the police. And so that's what I did, and I made a police report.
What did she say when you talked to her about it? Did
She
she
didn't say
admit
anything.
it?
I left it on her answering machine because she
Oh.
wouldn't answer the phone, and then I told the
Did
police
the police
that I did
speak
it.
with her?
The policeman did, yes.
Ma'am, did you speak with the police about this?
Yes, I did.
What'd you tell them?
That I didn't do it.
Okay. And they said okay and just let it go?
Yes.
All right. You tell me all you want me to know about this case.
Like I said, I've been part of their family for the last 8 years.
You and her got along well. I heard that. You had a child with her son. I heard that. You say that she alleges that you won't let her see the child for a year, and you showed me evidence that will indicate you claim that she has stated she doesn't want to see the child. It doesn't say that. She said she doesn't want to spend time with you in order to spend time with her grandchild. That's what it says. That's two different things. Two very different things. Go ahead, though.
2 days before Halloween of last year, I sent her a card with pictures of my daughter. And I said, the holidays are coming. I really want to squash everything that's been going on. I wanted to bring my daughter over there in her Halloween costume. Thanksgiving was coming, Christmas was coming. She did not, they sent me email saying, no, keep your butt
That
out.
was 3 days before when?
Halloween. Because I wanted to bring my baby, it was her first Halloween and I wanted to bring her over there. They sent me email telling me, no, keep my butt at home, that they didn't want to see her.
All right. And that was before you called her the big black gorilla.
I sent her
That was before you
tried-
called her or after that?
after.
Okay, it was after.
No.
It was after? Yeah, it would be hard for me to invite you over too. Go ahead.
They posted many, many comments about me on MySpace.
They whom?
Miss
plaintiff?
Grice and her daughter,
Okay,
Ashley.
show me what she did, the plaintiff. Read them to me. Why don't you read her comments to me?
They're pretty vulgar.
Okay, I'll have them then. I'll read them.
Like I said, I've tried so many times telling them how much I cared about them, and I just wanted
This is from Ashley.
that because they were corresponding.
No, ma'am.
through-
I said show me something that she wrote to you. See,
They were
you keep giving me
doing-
evidence that's not what you say it is.
They were doing
It's the
this
second time you've
together.
given me some evidence that's not what you say it is. Let's get right to the car, ma'am. You say you don't know anything about it?
No.
All right, good enough. And the police spoke with you and you told them you didn't do it and that was the end, right?
Yes.
All right. You have any other evidence
Yes, sir.
other than
In
this is
Jan-
your daughter?
Yes, she is.
Come
Yes,
on,
it is.
stand up. State your
In
name.
January.
I'm Ashley Mathis.
What do you want to tell me?
The things that she's talking about, I did right. I wrote them. My mom had nothing to do
Right.
with that.
That's
I
clear.
wrote
She
them
handed it to me. I saw who wrote it.
because she kept putting things. I guess like when you enter MySpace, they have how you're
I'm
feeling
not
that
going
day.
to allow you to go into the feud you have with
Okay.
her. It's about your mother
Okay,
and
well-
her today. And secondly, whether your mother's car was damaged and if you know anything about that.
On the day of Myers, we were walking to the checkout and we did see Tracy, and my mom bumped me and she said, you know, look, Ash, there's Tracy. So all three of us met eyes. Tracy proceeded to go down, and so we were leaving to go to the checkout. And about 5 seconds later, we hear her from behind us. You know, hey, you.
Did that happen?
Yes.
You
But
initiated the cursing.
As we passed lines, when I passed them, I was coming into the store. They were getting ready to leave. I passed them, and she, under her breath, went, and I said, do you have something to say? And they ignored me. I said, you wanted me in your face. I'm in your face. Do you have something to say to me?
They ignored
And-
you, like you said, and you kept coming. Gotcha.
And I left. I went and
Oh, you just
did
told
my...
me what you did. They ignored you and you
But
kept
they're trying to
talking.
say they didn't
You
say
kept talking.
anything.
I'm here. I'm in your face. You wanted me in your face. Go ahead, ma'am. So you told your mom
And
what?
so my mom told me, she said, you know, Ashley, just ignore. I turned to look and I seen her leave the store. So I bumped my mom and I said, you know, she's gonna leave her mark. And so we went to go check out, and something told me to put the groceries in the trunk because we had very little. So I went around to put the groceries in the trunk, and it was a big, long scratch. And we had just got the car washed, so there was no scratches there. We had just got the car washed and dried. And we looked, you know how you look around the car when the car is clean. So there was no scratches. So it had to be Tracy because that was the only one that we seen. That's the only one that we really have a problem with.
All right, ma'am, you had a letter you want to show me? What is
Yes,
that?
a woman contacted
See
me
it,
in
please.
January.
She contacted you in January saying what? What is this?
Well, apparently, she was at the store at that time.
I was out at Myers store in Clyde Park, December, when I saw a young white girl walk behind a burgundy SUV and keyed the back of it. She walked by the back and keyed it twice, then she ran and got into a Ford Explorer and took off. I had to leave, so I took down the license plate number of the SUV because I was going to try to find out who owned it. I was going to try to wait, but I couldn't because I had my kids waiting for me. After I got home, I really forgot about the license number because of things that happened in my life. I came across the number again and decided to call the DMV. They could only give me the owner's name, so it took me a long time of Googling before I came up with this address. I rode by the house, found a sign in the yard with a number on it, and went home and called on January 30th. A woman answered, and I told her the story. She was surprised and asked if she could meet with me and bring a picture of who she thought it was. Well, I recognized the girl right away, and I told her I would go to court and testify. I can't because I'm working, but she swore under oath. So, I don't know why a stranger would want to go to jail for her, but you say that's untrue, all of it, right? Never keyed the car, never did anything.
I never keyed the
All right,
car.
your counterclaim for $1,500 for emotional distress and defamation. What did she do to you?
All the emails that she's left on MySpace, I've gotten...
That's why I keep asking you to show me one that she left.
They were doing it together.
Okay, so you can't show me one that she left. All right, then your case is dismissed. You keep talking about them. I've asked you several times to show me one that she wrote about you. You keep saying now that they did it together, yet you don't have one joint statement. You don't have one statement from the mother on any of these emails. So you just can't say they were doing it together, and the evidence you provide for me says no such thing, just like the evidence you provided for me that says she never wants to see her granddaughter, when in fact it says she didn't want to see you. She didn't want to go through you to see the granddaughter. Ma'am, your claim is dismissed. I'll grant your judgment, ma'am. You're certainly entitled to emotional distress for, among other things, being called a big black gorilla on the internet for everyone to see with your face and everything else on it. $2,250 for the plaintiff. Your claim is dismissed. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Hello.
I was never trying to keep her from you.
Maybe we can work something out.
I think that we can. I'm just waiting to be grandmother. Right?